All right. Welcome to Sparking Team Call. You guys get me and Jess instead of Kimberly today because she is traveling. So thank you for showing up. And we were just talking about how starting your week out with a good mindset is so important, right? Like if you talk to most people, most moms are like, oh, Monday, and it's like, we're here just like, let's go. It's Monday. This is like, we got goals. This is the end of the month, right? I'm just gonna go in and make sure everybody is.
Hi. And we picked them up at the airport.
No way we did not.
We did in 29-degree weather.
Hold on. If you're not muted, let's try to mute it so that everyone can hear the recording. There we go. I think I got everyone. Okay. All right. So let's start off with, usually we start off with shout outs, but can we start out with maybe we can do like a shout out, but we could also do like a goal that we're working towards, because I love the last 3 to 4 days of the month. This is like a great time to get movement and to dig in towards your goals. And so I would love to like shout out goals or shout out what is going well for you guys. Does anybody have a shout out? Nobody? Everyone's like digging in.
Do you want us to shout out and say
You could do
our
either.
goal or just shout out?
Do either, whatever you're comfortable with.
I just want to shout out my team. You know who you are. They're working hard. They're digging in. I got to spend the weekend with them. It's been fabulous to recharge, rejuvenate, connect. And I don't see her on this call, Melissa, but I wanted to shout out for Melissa, you guys. She helped her mom go senior silver yesterday. And Marilyn has been working on this for a very long time. So proud of her for showing up and for ranking. There's Melissa. Give me just a minute. Melissa, I just shouted out your mom, and I'm so excited for her and the goals that you are accomplishing and watching Marilyn do the same. And I know there's a lot of people on my team. Shout yourself out on how close you are to be ranked or ranking, because there's a lot of you. So this is your time to shine, babes. And Amanda, I'm looking at you.
Well, I'm going to shout you and Nicole out for such a fun retreat on the weekend. It was like, I went to, I think, one of Nicole and Jess's first ones like many years ago before I was like roped into this. It was like supposed to be like this weekend. No, it was really fun. So just really fun to be involved in all of those. Like there was like 15 of us there, and it was just kind of inspiring to be around so many people that just support everyone. So thank you for a great weekend. And my goal is I'm like 2 away from gold. So I'm like so close. So that's my goal in the next few days, is to try and get that solid for this week. So.
Oh my goodness, you're gonna do it. You're gonna do it. Like, I'm so excited. 2 away, you can totally do this. And I'm just gonna add, we did have a little like mini overnighter retreat with a bunch of people on our team, and we had 16 of us there. It was just a one-night stay in Park City. And I'm gonna be really honest, you guys. It was really scary for me. Like really, really scary. It seemed, like in the past, I've always done retreats with my upline, like Katie's been there, Kimberly's been there, Christy's been there, Brooke's been there. Like I've always, helped out at retreats, and I've talked and, done trainings and stuff like that. And this was such a small retreat, but like we didn't have any big, massive trainings or anything like that. It was mostly, just to connect and to light a little bit of vision for people. But like, I literally lost my voice. I was so stressed out because I had 2 level 1s there that have never shared. And me and Jess were going to talk about the business. And I just wanted to say this because like, I think a lot of times, like we look at our upline and we just think like, oh, they're so confident and they have it all figured out. But when you're stepping out of your comfort zone to do something that you've never done and leading in a way that you've never led, and when it's you working with your level ones, like it's very different than working with like your level twos, right? Like I don't really get scared talking about the business around like level twos for some reason. But when it's like my friends and people that I know, I get scared. And so like I was literally like sweating all weekend, like, what am I going to say? And doing new things and leading is always going to be scary. Like, I just feel like it's always one more step into the darkness where you're like, I've never done this before. This is scary. And that's where growth happens, right? Like, I went to the gym today and I saw both my friends and they were nice and friendly to me. And I'm sitting here thinking all weekend, like, what if they just don't like me anymore? You know what I mean? So just believe in yourself and realize that like we all have coaching that we need to do on ourselves to become better leaders and to know how to lead and to learn new things. So I'm going to give Jess a shout out for doing our little mini retreat with me, because I couldn't have done it without her. Like just having that person to lean on and be like, what do we do? Let's bounce ideas off of each other. That means a lot to me. And she's such an incredible leader, and watching her work this end of the month has been really incredible. I know she has goals and I know her team has goals. So it's really great to see that. Does anybody else have something they want to add?
I do. I want to piggyback off what you just said. You and Jess are such incredible leaders, and I was so proud, and it was so fun for me to see all the pictures from this weekend. You guys are just amazing women, and I look up to both of you. So there's that. And then Kelly, I hope she's listening. I really wanted to let her know I saw her reel today, and I'm so freaking proud of you for showing up and doing that. Anytime I see anybody on here who's doing a reel that's never done one before, I'm just like over here like, yes, so awesome. So proud of you, Kelly. Good job for doing that. And then lastly, I have to shout out Kim, because she woke up this morning to some points that she didn't think she was going to wake up to. And it was kind of frustrating and defeating for her. And she's working through it, and she is continuing to work hard, and she's hopefully going to be ending the day at Emerald today. And we are all just cheering for her. And I just want her to know how proud I am of her for just like having this little bump in the roller coaster ride and continuing to show up anyway, and just like riding the wave, the emotional wave that is the biz. So I'm proud of you. And honestly, I'm proud of this whole team. You know, when I go into the Sparking Builders thread and I see all of the love and support that we offer to each other, it just like relights my heart and my fire. And I just feel so much love and support in this community and in this team. And I just appreciate all of that. I just love you guys for it. So thank you.
Oh my goodness, Kim, I have no doubt that you are going to hit it. Like we've got time, we've got days left, right? And magic happens at the end of the month. And, you know, this is a great example. Like a lot of people look at Kim and they don't doubt it. They're like, she's going to do it. It's in the bag. Like it's easy. But like when it is you going for a goal, there is fear, there is scarcity, there is head garbage, right? Like I have no doubt that you're working through things. And I'm over here like, you've got this. Like, but anytime you're going for something big, there's always going to be those feelings, right? Like anytime, that's where growth happens. So you're doing amazing and I'm proud of you, and we are all cheering for you. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit today about something my husband said to me over the weekend, and I actually just made a reel. I haven't posted it yet that says this, but I personally have had some head drama over the weekend, right? About leading. And I was like, I have never done this. I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe I'm not a good leader, like, you know, whatever, like questioning and doubting myself. And we're driving in the car and he's like, Nicole, would you look in your rearview mirror to get to where you're going? Like if you were trying to get somewhere, anywhere, even if you knew where you were going, like the school where you drop your kids off at, or maybe it's somewhere you've never been before. Would you be able to get there if you were staring in your rear view mirror the entire time, trying to drive, looking back? And I was like, no, that would be really, really hard, right? Like you'd miss like your turns, you'd probably run into somebody, like rear end them, like you wouldn't be able to do it. And he's like, so why are you looking to your past for what you're capable of in the future? Like you're looking behind you. And I was like, that is like such a good way of thinking about it, because oftentimes we look to our past for what is possible, right? We're like, oh my gosh, like I've never done that before, so maybe it's not possible. And it's like, because we're just looking for proof, right, of what we've done and what we're capable of. And this is something that leaders that soar to new heights have, is that they stop looking into the past of what they've done and they start looking to the future, and they start being conscious creators of their life. Every time that you're stretching and growing, it's going to feel like you don't know where you're going. And it's a normal feeling. And a lot of times as leaders, we think that because it feels uncomfortable and scary, and because it doesn't look familiar, because we've never been there and because we've never done it, we think that maybe it's just not possible. And it's not true, right? I think that that's the biggest reason why people stay small and they don't try new things and they don't push themselves for goals, is because it's so unfamiliar and because they're so afraid of failing. And so I've talked about this before with Jackie when she was trying to rank gold, but I wanted to just reiterate that a lot of times we purposely fail. We fail on purpose because it feels safe, right? Like if we say, oh, it's okay if I don't hit my rank. Oh, it's okay if I don't have if I'm not a leader with a goal, or I don't go, like if I'll just rank when it happens, like when it's natural, when the timing, it just works out, because that's safe, right? Like we start to create this story in our head that if it was meant to be, it would be easy. And I am here to tell you that that is not true. That is just your brain trying to keep you safe and telling you that if you fail on purpose, like it's okay, right? But if you really work your butt off for something and you fail, then you're a failure. And that is not true. And so at the end of the month, I just want to reiterate that this is the time to set an intention, to be a conscious creator of your life, and to have a goal, be a leader with a goal. I love that Amanda said, I'm 2 away from gold. She said it, right? Like she just put it out there. And how many of us have a goal, but we're like so scared to say it because we don't really want people to know what we're working towards. Because if they don't know what we're working towards and then we don't hit it, we're okay, right? But if they know what we're working towards and we don't do it, now we're just like the worst leader and the biggest failure. And so I listened to a book called The Success Principles a while ago, and I actually have had it on my heart lately to listen to it again, because in the very first chapter, he talks all about accountability. And he pretty much just like is so straightforward and is like, where you're at in your life is 100% because of you. It's because of what you're creating in your life. And he talks about how we have to take accountability for everything in our life. That if something is not going our way, he pretty much is like, it's your fault. And I know like a lot of people, you know, could say, well, somebody died, that's not my fault, right? Like there's circumstances that we can't control. But he talks about how like our mindset around our life, that creates our life. And it's really interesting when you listen to it, the way that he explains it. And so I would challenge you guys to go and listen to The Success Principles, because when you're listening to it, you start to expand your mind and realize like so much is possible if you just take accountability and if you're willing to fail forward. Anything is possible, you guys. I want you guys to remember that at the end of the month, this is so important that you consciously create a goal. This is the time to be reaching out to white lines, to reactivate them, to get your points up, to re-rank, to have a mindset that's focused on other people of, you know, like I know there's so many times me and Jess have reached out to people about like a white line incentive and they're like, I am so glad you reached out. Like, I'm feeling like garbage again and I need to get back on these products. But a lot of times we make it about us, like, oh, it feels gross. Like, I don't want to reach out to them and ask them to order because it's all about me ranking. But you guys, you don't have to make it about you. Like, if you have a mindset that we are on purpose with a purpose, that this is so much bigger than just orders and rank ups, that if you have that purpose driven mentality, you will grow and you will attract people with purpose, with a purpose filled mentality, because there are a lot of mamas right now that don't feel like they have purpose and that they need a place to belong and a place and a purpose to really focus on in their life. And we have that for them. So, this is a great time to really set an intention and to dig in. And I just wanted to share that with you. So I think Jess was going to talk a little bit about talking about the business, because this is something that in the beginning, and I talked to Amanda a little bit, I sent her a message and she was probably like, oh, what is she talking about? But I was like, you know, in the beginning, I did not want anyone to know that I was doing a business. Like, I didn't want to reach out to people and talk about the business. Like, I was like, oh no, I'm not trying to make money on you. Like, I just want to help you. Like, I was really had some bad, you know, head garbage about making money on friends or setting a goal or anything like that. And I was talking to Amanda a little bit because I was like, you know what? The biggest thing, if I could go back, is that I would shift to leading with the business as much as I lead with the products. Because truthfully, the business has changed my life as much as the products have. The community has changed my life as much as the products have. But if we don't talk about those things to people, they're not going to know it's possible for them. And I wish that you know, 3 years ago, I would have just been more bold with people about what the opportunity of Plexus could give them. And I really do think that the more that we do that, I know you will find people that are drawn to you because they want to be debt free too. They want to make money too. They want to go on trips too. They want to be able to afford their child's, you know, dance classes that are expensive and their sports too. They want to be able to quit their job too. Like, there's so many people out there that are struggling financially. And if we don't talk about it, they aren't going to know. And so Jess is going to talk a little bit about how to talk about the business to other people and just share about it more. Go ahead, babe.
Can everybody hear me, or am I delayed? Okay, I have backup on my phone because my internet's being funky. But okay, we have a little helper, so you guys are gonna have to just bear with me with this little guy. Okay, so I wanted to talk a little bit about the business and sharing the business, because I've had a lot of mindset blocks about this, and it's been a struggle for me since I've been sharing Plexus, like even up until 2.5 years of sharing. It's been a mind block for me. But before I go into that, you gotta be quiet for a minute, Kate. I want to talk about something that my husband and I talked about the other day that actually kind of supports and talks about what Nicole just shared. And it says, like, we were just talking and I'm like, you know what? I want to do a pull-up this year. By raise of hands, who can do their own pull-up? Like, or close. I'm getting close. And Katie Tucker, I love you. I am getting close. And that's one thing that I have on my like bucket list with my health and fitness goals. Oh, I see some hands going up. Is I want to do my own pull-up, just one. I don't have to do more than that. I just want to be able to do one. And I got talking to him and I'm like, you know what? Like, I want to find the strength to carry myself. And it like hit home for me, because it's not just about my fitness goals that I want to be able to like lift my own weight. It's everything I do in my life. I want to be strong enough to find the strength to carry myself, because no one is here to save me. No one's here to get me out of bed. No one's here to make me breakfast. No one's here to make and mix my Slim. No one's here to put capsules in my mouth, to swallow the pills. No one's here to drag me to the gym when I don't want to go. No one's here to help my kids get up and get breakfast and get out the door. Like, I'm just going through my day, and I want you to like think about your day. Yes, you might have a spouse or a partner or a friend or a roommate or someone that does help motivate you to do those things, to get out of bed, to mix your Slim, to go to the gym. Like, you might have an accountability partner, but no one's there to do it for you. You have to find your own strength, you have to be strong enough to find your own strength to do it yourself. And I don't mean that in a mean way. I mean that in, what are you doing in your life to strengthen that muscle? Not like, I'm not talking like these muscles. I'm talking this muscle. I'm talking about motivation. I'm talking about passion or drive. I go to the gym more mentally than I do physically right now. My gym's in the basement, but I go down there and I work out for me because it's my time to find strength mentally to get through my day. I find strength in taking my pink drink because I know what it will do for me. Let me hurry and see if he'll play right here. Just 2 seconds. Let's put you down and see if he'll play. Okay. So I have just been pondering that this week on finding strength to do it myself. But the beautiful thing about strength is you always have an accountability partner. No matter what that looks like for you, it could be a friend, a spouse, a pet, a neighbor, someone on Plexus. Like, I look at the women on this call, and a lot of you are my accountability partners. I want to show up for you. I want to show up for myself. And to do that, I have to show up physically. I have to chime in chat threads. I have to send follow-up messages. I have to even take accountability and put my own goals in there, even though it can be scary, which I have not done yet. I have not said out loud to my team what I'm going for, except for a few of you. I'm going for Re-Rank Emerald, which I'm hoping to get by Thursday. But to do that, I want to be accountable to the people that are also trying to reach their goals by re-ranking, by hitting their first rank, by taking action challenges every day to move that needle. So what are you doing right now for your business? And that's where I'm going to lead into the business. What are you doing for your business to move your own needle? Because no one's going to do it for you. There'll always be Katie Tucker and Nicole and Kimberly and Chrissy Jacks. Like, there'll always be that one upline that will always cheer you on. But we can't do that for you. We can't make that action for you. We can give you action challenges, but you have to be the one to find the strength to pick it up and move the needle, right? So I'm going to talk about the business for a minute and leading with a business. And I've actually seen this a lot in Amanda, who doesn't even know she's doing it. So I look back in how I've helped other leaders build a business, and I wish I would have done it the way I've done it with Amanda. And the reason why I say this, I've learned a lot as a leader, and I know Nicole has too. And I know that Katie Tucker can agree with this. In the last year, she has seen us level up. She has seen us change the way we lead, and we are leading with the business, just like Katie has always taught, like lead with the business, lead with products. And I did this with Amanda in a graceful way. And I think, Amanda, if you want to chime in, I would love for you to do this. But she started to ask her people to share within 30 days, all of them. She was sending very kind messages, and it wasn't about Amanda. It was about, I want you to offset your product cost. If that's $305 you're after, great. If that's residual income, great. And then I would always applaud Amanda and be like, wow, I really liked that verbiage that you used. And then she'd be like, oh, it's not about me. Like, if I hit gold, great. But I really want Molly to have offset in product costs, because I know that she works really hard as a nurse full time. And I want this for her. Amanda has always made it about other people. And that is something that I'm scared about posting. But why are we making it about us when it's that easy to make it about them? Does that make sense? Amanda, do you want to add anything, or are you just like, don't talk to me?
No, you're just fine. I feel like I've been put on the spot a lot already today. No, I think it just comes down, because for me, that's just like a natural reaction for me, just like as a human. And I think people respond, it just seems more genuine when you make it about them versus like you, or if they feel that what you're saying is just to help you move along your business. So I think that's maybe why that's been successful, because like it is genuinely wanting that for them. And it just makes them feel like, oh, okay, like I really have an interest in her specifically, like Molly, for example, like her specifically wanting to help her. I know her, I know how hard she works. And for her to be like, okay, like she feels individualized. She feels like it's her personally that I'm trying to help, not just like the whole grand scheme of things. It's like, what can I do to help Molly? Not everyone, like just Molly specifically. And I think that goes a long way of like, okay, she's really invested in me and helping me not only feel good, but help offset costs as well. And I did reach out to probably, I don't know, just like 5 or 6 people. And I only got 2 responses of saying that they were comfortable sharing at that point, which is fine. But like Nicole was saying, like they now have that idea in their mind that they know it's an option. And even at the gut health night, there's been a couple that responded that said, hey, maybe in like a month or two, like, because they've just started the products, and when I feel a little bit better in a couple, like 2 or 3 months, I'm happy to like shout out, and I would love to offset the cost, but they just wanted like a little bit more time. But Nicole was talking to me about this, like it's in their mind, they're thinking about it, and then it's never that like, come on, share, like pressure. But it just feels more natural. We've talked about it, they're aware of it, and then if I bring it up again, it's not just like, it really is genuinely like, hey, let's help you get your products paid for, not helping me rank up. It's just about them. Anyway, that's a long thing, but I think that's what helped Molly get out of her comfort zone and share. And same with Ellie. She didn't get any response on hers, but I think just her taking that step. Anyway, I just really believe in that individualized attention, which I know my team is small, so I can do that right now. I don't know how that changes when you grow bigger, but I just saw someone ask for verbiage, so I can share what I sent Molly and in the Facebook thread.
Thank you, Amanda. I really appreciate that. Where did my face go? There we go. My computer died on me. Okay, so to tag on what Amanda just said, the way that she has worded things and kind of loved where people was at, like that kind of reminds me how I was with Amanda. And I actually never used verbiage on Amanda. It was just like, hey, when are you going to share with us? Like, it was like that nonchalant, like, when are you going to do this with us? And you guys, she's a perfect example of like, she was a hard no for 2 years, like almost to the point where Nicole was like, just bless and release her. It's okay. Like, and I'm like, no, because I see the potential in Amanda. And I want you to know that like, no doesn't mean no forever. And it was just that timing that Amanda needed. And she can vouch for this, that the timing of me asking changed that for her. And so when you're sending out verbiages and you're really scared and you're like, I'm going to get no's, just accept that and be like, yeah, I am going to get no's. But Amanda would have never gotten those 2 yeses without asking 6 times to different people. And now she's planted 4 other seeds to these other women that are still watching Amanda and watching me and watching this community of people. Like just this last weekend, we got together as a team and spent time together. And how many of those people that are not only praying for like a $500 extra income a month, how many of those moms or dads are also praying for friendship and a community and feeling like they're accepted and loved? That comes with the business. And so that's like really what I've tried to become more passionate about, because at the time of me starting Plexus, I did not feel I needed it for money. I didn't. I was like, I don't need the offset. But now that I'm in it 2.5 years and I've seen the financial blessing that has brought myself and my family, if Nicole were to ask me 2.5 years to share, say I had never shared before, and I saw that glimpse 2.5 years into the future of where I'm at right now, it would be a heck yes. Because I know what it's done for my financial situation. It's given me time freedom, which a lot of people need. A lot of people work more than one job to make an income. A lot of people have a spouse that work 2 jobs to make an income. A lot of people miss the opportunity to spend time with their family or miss opportunities to travel and make memories because they don't have the financial or time freedom to have that. I mean, even for me as a full-time registered nurse, now part-time, but I have to ask for time off. And if there's one other nurse that's off, I can't go. So I have to ask like 6 months in advance. I have to plan my time freedom around 4 walls because I am working as a full-time bachelor's degree in nursing. And when I look at Plexus, you guys, I worked over the weekend when I was with 16 of my best friends, shopping and eating and staying up way too late. And I'm making that $500 more a month working part-time, hopefully this year quitting my job completely. How many of you know people right now in your life that work more than one job? How many of you here know someone that $500 a month would change everything for them? So just think about it, just like the products. How many of you know someone right now that needs the products that we have right now? Just the triplex. Everyone could raise their hand. And I guarantee you, you could do a double hand raise with that same person that not only needs the triplex, but they need this dang business. Because I promise you, financial strain will cause financial illness. And I'll tell you why. There was a post that Brooke Hemingway posted a couple days ago that hit home for me. And the very first sentence is, pay now or pay later. And to me, that was, I already paid what I paid to find no answers. No answers. And I paid a whole heck of a lot of money to pay that. I spent over $10,000 in 2018 to be told nothing. Nothing, you guys. I had used my $6,000 of insurance plus $10,000. So really $16,000 to be told I was a young mom to go home and nap. But I could not nap because I was already napping. And then I was working 80-hour work pay periods so that I could pay for answers. And I was very, very isolated and alone and confused and depressed. And at that time, I thought I had all the friendships that I needed. I'm very much an extrovert. I love to be around people, but it was a lonely, lonely place. It puts you in a place of, I am the only person feeling this way. I'm the only person that does not have money to do anything else. It's very, very scary for these people to be in these places. And if you know what I'm talking about, I see you, mom. I see you, dad. Because I've been there, and it's a scary place to be. So why would we keep the triplex, which we're all sharing about, and I'm so proud of all of you, but why would we keep that financial offset and that time freedom from people? Like, why do we have shame around it? And if you want to chime in or put in the chat, like, why do you have shame around sharing something that could change someone's life just like the triplex has? Because I've had shame around it. I look at people that have been successful with Plexus, you guys, and all of them have a why. They have a why of why they share Plexus, not the products. They share the Plexus business. Do you have your why? Because I promise you, if you can get to the root of that why, your shame will get thrown out the window. There's a lot of, go ahead.
I want to just piggyback on what Jess is saying, like when she was talking about asking people to share and planting seeds, because like pretty much all of the really big leaders, or, you know, like that you can think of, or even the ones that are like just recently going gold, a lot of them, you're like, it took them a long time to share. Like, I know Katie Tucker took a year to share, you know, like, I think Kim took a while to share, right? Like Jess told me no for 6 months. It took her a while to share. Amanda, it took her like 2 years. So like, I know a lot of you weren't just an instant yes. And it's really important that we plant a vision in their mind over time consistently of what the business and the opportunity and the products could do for their family, right? Because like Jess said, if she knew when I first asked her to share what her life would look like 2.5 years later, she would have been a yes right away, right? But like that vision wasn't fully planted in her head of what was really possible. That's why she said no. She didn't really think that it would make a difference for her life yet. She didn't really see the potential yet. She didn't really understand it yet. And so when someone's telling you no, it's most likely because they're scared, and you know, there's a bad stigma amount around network marketing. And so that's like all they're thinking of. And they don't really understand the vision of what it could do for their life. And so your job as a leader is to gradually over time drip the business on them and plant those seeds so that they can start to understand and capture that vision of what it would do for them. And your people will come around as you do that consistently. So I just wanted to add that. And then, did you have something to say, Jess?
Yeah, I just wanted to, and then I'll turn it back over to you. I really wanted to quickly go over this too. Like, so think about your why of why you started the products and write that down. If you have a piece of paper and pencil, write it down. Like, why did you start the products? It can be just 3 like symptoms that you were having, or 3 health improvements that you wanted to improve on. Cause not everybody that starts the products have health struggles, right? Like Plexus is for everybody. But now if you have not dug deep of why you are sharing the business, I want you to do that now. And I want you to ponder that this week. I want you to put whatever you put, like on your fridge or in your car or on your bathroom mirror, where you are seeing it at least 10 times a day. What is that? Could that be travel? Could it be paying off debt? Could it be you want to buy a new car? Could it be you want to put savings for your kids' college funds? What is your why? Because I promise you, the reason why I say your shame of sharing about the business will go out the window is because those people that you are getting shamed from will never achieve what that why is. I promise you, they will never pay for your bills. They'll never cheer you on. Why would you want those people in your life anyways, right? But those people that are causing shame or unfollowing you per se, and I have to shout Kim Petrowski out because I watched one of her Insta stories and she's like, I've lost a few followers and peace out. Like, she was like, yeah, like if you don't want to follow me or you don't relate with me, then you don't have to be here, right? You don't have to have their permission to leave. Like if you want to leave, there's the door. But for Kim Petrowski, she has thousands of people that are following her because they are inspired by her, that are cheering her on, and she's going to give them every single opportunity to change their life too, right? Like it's like this woman powerhouse. We are here to support each other, love each other, cheer each other on. And if you don't want to be here, there's the door, right? And I used to tell Katie Tucker and Nicole Jones this all the time. I used to say, I'm afraid of losing followers. You guys, I had like 500 followers. And when I started sharing the business, I actually grew followers by like 150, which yay, right? But those people that maybe per se unfollowed me or don't agree with what I do have never paid off a medical debt for me, have never sent a meal that I've been able to do for thousands of people since doing this business. I send dinners all the time to people having babies, surgery, lost a family member, death. Like I've been able to serve in capacities that I wasn't able to serve 3 years ago. So for those unfollowers, they aren't seeing what I'm doing with this business. And that's my why. So with that said, I'm going to turn the time over back to Nicole. Find your business why. Put it somewhere you can see it, because I promise the shame will go out the window. And if you have not posted about what this business has done for you and other people, and that people can make between $500 a month and 40 grand a month, and what would that do for their family, for their time freedom, for their financial illness, post it this week. And when you do, shout it out so that all of us powerhouses can go love on it. Okay, so that's what I wanted to share. And I love seeing not only myself be successful and being able to do things that I haven't been able to do ever, watch you guys do the same. Like I will always be the one cheering you on when you buy that freaking new car. Like when Tyson bought his new truck, Josh and I both were like, that is so cool. Like, that's so awesome. I wish that they lived in Utah so they could come and swing by and take us on a ride, but let's cheer each other on. Let's be each other's cheerleaders, both in product and business users, and throw that dang shame out the window. So I love all powerhouses.
Can I add something really quick? Is that okay? I feel like network marketing is like this really weirdly kept secret. I don't know how we're all still keeping the secret of how amazing it is, but like we all know that there's stigmas around this, and it's I'm okay with it because it's like my life mission now to dispel the myths and show people it's not what you think it is, right? Because I want people to see that you can be wrong about certain things. If you think you know what it is, you don't know what it is. And so it's like this fun for me. It's like this really fun challenge. I actually love, in a weird way, I like how misunderstood our business is, because it gives me an opportunity to show up, put myself out there, grow as a leader myself and grow as a human and be like, actually, this is what it's actually like. And I love doing that. It helps me to learn how to be more confident and lead with confidence when I didn't always have it. And that's the thing too, you guys, is like in the beginning of my business, it was not as easy for me to be as confident when I didn't feel like I had the success to prove, right? Does that make sense? So when you feel like you're just starting your business out and you don't really, like, you believe in what we're doing, we know what we have to offer, we know how amazing the products are, like all the things. But when we don't have the team built yet, and we're not making all the money yet, and we don't have our Lexus yet, it can kind of feel like I don't know, like, believe me, I'm telling you, this is an awesome opportunity, but like, it can be hard to have that confidence. But the more you show up in that confidence and try anyways, and be bold about what we have to offer, the more people are going to take notice of that. And the more people are going to feel of your passion for what we do. So I didn't have my business in the very beginning. I was a silver at one point. I was a gold at one point, right? I've gone through all the ranks. I know what it feels like to be at each stage that each one of you are at, whether you are brand spanking new and you're not silver yet, or whether you're a senior Ruby and you've been doing this for a couple of years. I've been through all of those stages. And I promise you guys, the longer you do this, the easier it becomes to be more confident in what we're doing and what this opportunity is, especially when you've lived it and you've seen all of the incredible things that Plexus has to offer, and you get those paychecks and they come in every month and you're like, sweet, I made an extra $1,000 this month. This is awesome. And so I just want you guys to know that, like, it's okay if you need to rely on me or Nicole or Jess for the confidence in the business opportunity, because I'm here to tell you this business is legit and it's completely real. If you're willing to work and you're willing to be patient, you can create anything you want. And I believe anybody can do that, right? And so I love how misunderstood this business is, because it's fun for me to be bold with it. And it's fun for me to make controversial reels that people are like, okay, really? Okay, so you're telling me that this is a real legit thing. Like, actually it is. It's super fun and I love it. And anytime somebody wants to believe me a little bit, I'm like, yes, come on, let's go make some waves together. Let's build a biz together. Like, it's a blast, guys. Have fun with it, you know? And if you don't have all the confidence in the world yet, that's okay. Just do your best, rely on your leaders to give you a little bit of a boost and to remind you what we're doing. You know, it's so much fun to have this mission of like, I want everybody to know how awesome this Plexus train is. You know what I mean, guys? So I just wanted to add that little tidbit on. Nicole, did you want me to turn the time over to you for a second?
Let me just add something that kind of goes along with what Katie and Jess have been saying, but I truthfully agree with her. Truthfully agree. I don't know if that makes sense. That your confidence will grow and blossom as you go. Okay. So when you look at your upline and you're like, I'm never going to have confidence like that. I'm never going to be able to lead a Zoom call. Like I used to say that. I don't have the confidence to speak publicly. Whatever it is that you think that you're not capable of, you will slowly over time grow those skills to be able to do those things if you keep being willing to fail. And so this weekend, when I reached out to my husband about some of my fears and doubts, and like Jess was saying, she was really worried about losing followers or whatever. I was worried about losing some friends. Like, I'm going to talk about the business, I might lose their friendship. Like, they might not ever look at me the same. They might judge me. And this was my husband's advice to me. And it really like got me through, just like Katie's saying, sometimes you have to lean on other people, right? That believe in you because you don't believe in yourself. He said, you have to remember your purpose, the greater scale. Your deeper aspirations are to help others achieve greater things. Sometimes you have to be willing to make others feel awkward to find the right people. At least they'll see your confidence and they'll respect that. And he said, you have to speak confidently or people will sense it. And I just thought, you know, like it really hit home when he said, you have to be willing to make other people feel awkward or uncomfortable in order to find the right people. You guys, you have to be willing to let people misunderstand you. You have to be willing to lose followers. You have to be willing to lose friends in order to find the people that you are called to serve, the people that need this, that will do this, the people that will be a diamond one day, the people that will follow you anywhere because you are so confident in what you have that they are like, I'm following her. She knows where she's going, and I want to go with somebody that knows where they're going. And if you do not speak confidence to people, they will sense it. And they will be like, she really doesn't know where she's going. She's really not confident in what she has to offer. And sometimes you got to fake it till you make it, because I was faking it this weekend. Even though truthfully, I do have confidence in it. But you know, when you're speaking it out loud, those fears are going to come up, and that's normal, you guys. But sometimes you just have to do it with sweat tacos, scared, losing your voice, shaking in your boots, not sleeping because you're worried about what the person next to you thinks about what you just said in a hotel room. But I promise you that those people will come along. And there are so many examples of that on this team. Katie is a great example. Her points didn't move a lot for a long time. And then all of a sudden, Kimberly comes along, right? Like, you will find those people that have confidence and patience when they don't jump in with you right away. Like, are you so confident in what you have to offer that their opinion of you doesn't make you waver, right? So I just wanted to add that. Katie, do you have more to say?
Yeah, I do. And I really love this topic, you guys, because this is such an important mindset block that if you can overcome, the sky is the limit. And there is no limit to how many people and how many lives you can impact. I'm telling you, having confidence in what we have is one thing, but also it's like, if you can stop thinking about yourself for a moment, about feeling like people are judging you, or feeling like I'm embarrassed that I work for this network marketing company or whatever. Like, this is not about you. This is about changing other women's finances. We work in the health industry, which I'm super honored to do. I love my job. It is so rewarding to help other people feel better. But another part of my job that I love is helping women find purpose, find their financial freedom. I just love that. And if I were to have reservations about sharing this opportunity with other people, there is no way I would be a Sapphire right now. I'm just going to say that. There's no way. I have had to learn to be bold and not make it about me. Like, when I was talking to Kim Petrowski last summer about doing the business, I was never like, oh my gosh, I would love to have you on my team because you would do so well and we would be getting so many enrollments and I would love to rank up and blah, blah, blah. Like, obviously, like, I would never say that. And that's not how I really feel. Like, I looked at her and I was like, she would friggin' crush this. And she would make damn good money doing this. Sorry for the language there. She would make good money doing this. And I knew it would bless her life. And so stop thinking about yourself. Start thinking about how this could bless other people's lives. Because I am telling you, the biggest struggles people have right now, people are having right now, today, in this very moment, while we're on this call, people are stressed out about money and they're worried about their health. People are sick and unhealthy and they're struggling with their money. You guys, this is a one-stop shop for people. Now, it is hard to convince people to do this business with us sometimes, and I'm comfortable with that. I'm okay with that. I know it's going to take me a minute to convince certain people that what I'm doing is awesome. And here's the thing too. Some people you're not going to be able to convince but some people you will. And the ones that you will, those are the ones you want working with you anyway. Right? It's okay. But you like Nicole said, we cast vision for people. We help them to understand that this is real income. This is real. Why would I want to keep this to myself? This is like the most incredible thing ever that we get to do, guys. Seriously, I've been doing this business for 4 years and I still have moments where I'm like, how is this real? How is this real? It gets better and better and better. And I'm telling you, the more confident you can be about this business, the more boldly you can lead with this business. Oh my gosh, the more attractive you're going to be to other people who want to do this, who want to be part of this. So I love what Jess said earlier too, about talking about this business, about sharing with people what it means to you. Now, if you are a gold and you're making, $700 to $1,000 a month, you can put something on your social media about how you don't have to check your bank account whenever you go on a date with your husband, or you can go to the drugstore and get your kid, cough medicine and not have to worry about where the money is coming from. Those little things that people put in their stories, they click with certain people. Be genuine, be real. What is this business doing for your life? Why are you still here? That reason right there is the reason that is what you should be putting out there for other people to see. So even if you feel like it's really not that interesting, I'm telling you, other people want to know why. Other people want to see. If it's the community that you love and the community is why you're showing up, talk about that. Okay. A lot of people out there are struggling with loneliness, with wanting friends, with wanting purpose. A lot, guys. Sometimes I get overwhelmed because I want to help so many people and I want to help everybody and I just can't. But I try my best to be genuine about this company that we work for, about all the perks and about the love that we have on our team. And gosh, I could just go on forever. And when you truly believe that what we do is freaking amazing and special and unique, then that energy leaks out of you. Just share from your heart. Just be confident and bold. And one of the things, I think I've shared this before, guys, I'm sorry if you've heard me share this already, but when I went to convention in 2018, I sat in the audience and I was being trained by Brooke Hemingway and Jennifer Leaf. These two ladies were diamonds. I was a silver. And I remember they were talking about how to share, how to talk to people, enrolling, all those things. And she ended the training with this. You should not be embarrassed that you work for this network marketing company. You should feel sorry for people who don't. And I kind of do. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry that you have to commute to work and you have to put your kid in daycare and you don't get to set your own hours. And the thing is everybody can, but it's our job to showcase that. Today, I posted something about how I was getting a pedicure and I was working from my phone. That is my life. That's my job. And it's just a teeny little drip there. But, I want other people to see that and go, damn, that sounds like so much fun. I want to do that. Anyways.
It could say paying for my pedicure while I get my pedicure. Right?
Yes.
How many girls are like, I want to get my nails done, but it's just so expensive. You know what I mean? And I saw this lady I follow, maybe a lot of you follow her. She talks about normalizing network marketing and she's like, maybe people can't believe that you make 6 figures a year and maybe they don't relate to that. Maybe they don't even want that, but they could relate to the fact that they want to be able to pay for a few extra things in their life, like a pedicure, or, hey, I used to be stressed out about getting a pedicure and I'm not anymore because I can work from my phone while I'm getting it and pay it off. Say things that are relatable to other women. I want to end the call with just this one thing, with this question. Are you playing to win or are you playing to lose? Sorry, are you playing to win or are you playing to lose? And I ask that because Can you really answer that question honestly? How many of you are playing small? Because if you don't try, you won't fail. And if I kind of just do the minimal and then I fail, then I didn't really fail because I didn't really try. So you're almost playing to fail. You're almost trying to fail before you fail because then it feels safe, right? It's like, well, I still have control over that. I still like did almost what my mind felt comfortable with. What my mind was set out to do was to almost prove myself wrong and to fail, right? And when you start playing really big and you start going for really big goals and having a really big vision that nobody else understands, all of a sudden that security net seems to just like drift away and it feels so scary and uncertain. And so many of you will play to fail because it feels safer. You will purposely fail before you fail. You will purposely not go for a big goal. You will purposely like create this idea or this thought in your head that it'll just naturally happen if it is meant to happen, that it'll just naturally and organically grow. You guys, your business will not naturally and organically grow. If you do not set big goals and a big vision, and you do not write it down, and you do not think it here, if you do not work it here, if you do not put the time in here now, if you do not do the hard things now, a year from now, you will walk yourself out of this business. And you will always wonder what your life could have been like if you really played to win. So I'm going to ask you guys, are you playing to win or are you playing to fail? Write it down, write down your goals. Make a big goal the next 3 days. How can you move the needle in your business? How can you rank up? How can you help your leaders rank up? How can you help your downline and your upline rank up? We're a team, and when there is unity, we do beautiful things. And I hope that you will play hard for yourself. I hope that you will play hard for others on your team. And I hope that you will play hard to plant a vision for people of what their life could be like, because what we have is truly amazing. So thank you so much for being here. I love you all. Go get your goals. Be a goal digger. Love you guys. Have a great day.